We've got a ton of new Dragon Ball news. Kind of.
Nanogenix.
Dude, Battle Hour, it happened, and I just, what can we even say about Dragon Ball Battle Hour 2024, DotoDoya?
It's kind of, I mean, can we be honest? And this has nothing to do with necessarily what the announcement was, but is this the final Battle Hour, you think? This was definitely the lamest to me. Like, this was the lamest one so far.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I did they announce? I believe they didn't. No, they didn't announce the 2025 yet. I don't know, dude. I have to imagine, and I should have asked this because I've had a couple friends that went, but anytime I saw pictures of the venue, it looked a little empty.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, other than, I'm not going to lie, all I had to go off of as far as on the ground reporting was Iron Cane. And it seemed like he had a good time. I'm not even judging like the in person necessarily, but like, bro, it just felt, as somebody that couldn't afford to go or just didn't necessarily have the time to go, what was I supposed to get invested? The most hype all Battle Hour was the trailer for Sparking Zero's chat on YouTube Premiere, bro. Like that's where I was getting hype. I was in there just like, yo, let's go. But yeah, that was it.
I think that's the thing is that in the past, right? Like, so, okay, let's take a step back. So what's up? This is Key Moments
Anime
Podcast. We're just diving in, but just to take a step back in case you aren't 100% familiar, Battle Hour has been a thing for several years now. But when it first started, it was purely online, and like it was more exciting then because we watched the producers play through like old Dragon Ball games. Like Toshi and stuff like that, playing through like Budokai and having to play through. I believe they played on the hardest difficulty, which you recently did that, Dotto, and that's quite the feat.
Yeah, it's not really fun. The first one.
Yeah, or did you not play on the hardest?
I didn't even play on the hardest on that one.
That was the meme with that.
Yeah,
is you didn't even
I didn't even do all that. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I'm good.
But like it was live streamed and it gave you something to join into, and like the whole point of, I think, of a lot of being on the screen side of a stream, right, instead of being the streamer, is like that feeling of community. Like, even if you can't see everyone, you can see the chat and you can like engage in the chat. And I do remember seeing those streams actually pulling decent numbers because people were invested in watching these producers that produce these games that we all love playing their games. Basically, that was pretty cool. And they got rid of the streams this year, and they didn't do any of that cool like community style stuff. Like,
and I didn't check because, again, they didn't, with no streams. I assumed this wasn't a thing, but like, bro, I thought like Battle Hour was kind of becoming like a yearly like little Dragon Ball celebration kind of thing, and I really liked it because I don't know about you, Nano, but I was actually one of the people that every year I would go into that little virtual room they made, like with the avatars.
Yeah.
Bro, I love doing that, and I didn't do that this year. There was absolutely zero like interaction. I don't know. Huge step back.
That wasn't even a thing this year, right? That wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I don't think it was. I didn't hear anything about it.
It wasn't. That's the thing. I think they focused too much on the like local, which they had this at LA. This had to be super expensive to do that there. And that's why I'm like, anytime I see it, and I'm not trying to talk it down any, but I feel like you're going to LA and you're, paying God knows what, which we know Dragon Ball's got the money, but like, that's why I'm kind of with you. Is this the last one? Because I think limiting it to a local thing where you have to be there when it's been streamed and online this entire time was really weird. Like, you're limiting the amount of people that can join in on the hype. And then on top of that, which we're about to dive into all of it, is then not really having much to deliver in terms of, I mean, yeah, we got a Sparking Zero trailer, which was nice. But at the same time, we didn't get a date because this game is not coming out in 2024. And if it is, it's very late 2024. And Daima is there, but we're about to react to the trailer. Dotto and I have not really dove into the trailer, so we're about to check that out too. But like, there's a whole lot of nothing, man. There's just a lot of nothing here. It felt like a nothing sandwich. Like, it felt like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
It was just, again, it's like, I agree with you. I don't understand the focus on making sure it like has a local spot, unless there's some business going on behind the scenes. Obviously, then they would know better than us. But why spend so much money to focus on a physical location when instead you could just like operate some streams? You don't even necessarily, again, if you want to dial it back in terms of manpower and having all these developers there, you can do that. But if you want a place to announce news, you just do that at your office or like in one room. I don't understand. At the cost of so much hype, no streams. Again, just the amount of people waiting in the Sparking Zero YouTube chat was really said more than anybody. That was the only place to congregate, was the premiere.
Yeah, or the Daima stream, but like that was like late on a Sunday. I think the other thing too was it was really only one day, right? Like on Saturday, all they had for everyone was the Sandland, which I do want to see Sandland. I can't tell. Are you memeing about that, or do you actually want to see Sandland? Because I personally do want to see Sandland.
It is a meme, but I actually do want to play the game. I will play the game.
Yeah.
So it's
same.
like part meme, because like the only part of the meme is like, I think Rhyme just told people that I was a huge fan of Sandland when I've never read or even know what Sandland is.
Okay, that's what. Okay.
I do think it's funny, bro. The thing is that through that I had to become the arbiter of Sandland's knowledge, because I think like, do you remember a little while back when somebody posted a photo of the demon from Sandland, like the Demon King, and he looks a lot like Deborah.
He is Deborah, but yeah,
he literally is. The design is Deborah. People were like, "Oh my god!" Like people believed that was going to be like a crossover tie, like that actually was Deborah. I
tweeted that. I did tweet that, but I was tweeting it with the knowledge that it's not Deborah, but I thought it was funny.
Like there was so many people that under that were like, "Oh my, what is the implication of this for Daima?" I was like, bro, he was just lazy, bro. That's just his design for demons. I thought that was the funniest arc of Sandland. But the game looks great. Sandland looks pretty good. I'll play that. I mean, it's probably gonna be ass.
Yeah, but it does look in before it's actually really, really good in this like barren landscape of anime games.
Yeah. If nothing else, it looks visually cool.
I did just pick something up because I want to show you this. Now, obviously, if you're an audio listener, this won't hit as much for you. But I think one of the things they could have easily done to make more money as well is you couldn't buy any of the merch like online, Dotto. You had to be there physically. You know what I'm holding up right now to the camera? A Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour towel, Dotto.
Oh, how'd you get that?
Because a couple years ago in 2022, when you could buy everything online, I saw a towel and I said, you know what? That's so random. That's like how often are you able to buy something like that? I just bought it and I still have the sticker on said towel.
Oh, you know what I have, which is probably, honestly, I should have gotten a piece of physical merchandise. But do you remember that SH figure art of Evil Goku, the first Battle Hour? They did an SH figure art of the evil clone Goku from Fighters.
Do you know who you're talking to, man? Like, yes, I have that in pristine condition. Come on, man.
So do I. That's my one Battle Hour event. But I kind of wish I had. Honestly, you kind of spin. I wish I bought a towel.
Yeah, it's just like it's just such a random piece of like collectible. Like which I don't know how many people think a towel's a collectible, but to me, like I'm like, this is so random that I'm buying this. Like I want to have this, but they didn't sell any of the merch online, and they apparently sold out really fast at the venue as well. Because I was gonna have Iron Cane pick me up at least a shirt, and he barely got his own shirt. So like, I don't know, there's just like so many weird moves from them that doesn't make a lot of sense, but that also is pretty close to how it's felt to be just a Dragon Ball fan and seeing how they've moved over the last like half a decade, right? Like
that's why I got it, bro. There has to be some form of tax evasion or like like why are they moving the way they're moving? I really don't understand it. I mean, a lot of business decisions from the Dragon Ball base I don't understand, but this has to be one of the most confusing ones. You build up something really, and I keep repeating myself, you build up something really nice for yourself with Battle Hour. It's like a yearly tradition. The fans have really accepted it. That's already hard enough. You can do it at your own venue on your own time with your own announcements. Don't have to compete for time with other people.
Yeah.
Like at these big game shows. And then you're like, you know what? Let's do it physically in LA and have no streams.
Let's nerf it. Yeah, let's
nerf it. We were on too good of a streak there. Too hot. We're too hot. We got to call a timeout. Ice our players out. And then also I think they're in an awkward period where just nothing is having a date right now, and all we have is Daima, which we gonna get into that. But I don't even know if I'm really that hyped for Daima. You know,
we're in such a limbo state, man. It's been so weird being a Dragon Ball fan in a post 2018 world, right? Because in 2018, I don't think even me in the middle of that realized how good we had it. Because 2018 we got Fighters, we saw the end of Super, and we got Broly all in the span of 1 year. Like that is such an insane. And then since then we've had Superhero and Kakarot and Breakers. That's it. since 2018, and World Mission. We did get World Mission in there. World Mission was in there, but that was like, but like anytime I start talking about the game releases, people are always on me when I don't mention Breakers. But to me, nothing against World Mission because it is a good game and Breakers is what it is. But like the only mainline release we've had since Fighters, to me personally, is Kakarot, right? Like, do you see it that way too? Like, I feel like in terms of like them giving like their full attention and probably full development time to something, I think Kakarot is like the only other main release. So I don't know. It's like, it's crazy what they like. Dragon Ball is so iconic. I saw a tweet recently that was like, I saw someone say they thought Gojo had finally like surpassed like Goku. And I'm like, I mean, Gojo is crazy how like popular that character is, but it's Goku. Like, they are sitting on just a pile of money and they just choose to do nothing with it. And it blows my mind. Like,
yeah, I don't get it. Goku is literally just good. They have infinite money. And they should just be honestly pumping stuff out. They should just be pumping stuff up, dude. Why not? I mean, it's just
it is so weird. And then here's One Piece, and One Piece fans are just eating, bro.
It sucks to see, man. It sucks. Not only does it just suck to see One Piece fans happy in general, but just when I know that I'm sad, like, it just sucks to see.
That is hilarious. All right, you want to react to this Daima trailer? You want to see what they're cooking up with Daima though, and see what we have to look forward to here.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to jump in. Let's see what this is. Probably like the second biggest thing, or maybe even the first biggest to come out of this. So,
I would say, we can talk about Sparking Zero. Let's watch this real fast. Here we go. All right, we are reacting to the Dragon Ball Daima Son Goku character trailer, fall 2024.
Big reaction on a podcast, Nino. This is a little crazy. Thoughts so far?
It's looking
pretty familiar.
Oh wait,
whoa, bad
new.
Guy. Hey man, this is looking like Dragon Ball. That's Tambourine right there, bro. Wow, how you feeling so far, man? Very Dragon Ball-esque.
Yeah.
So you still think this series that you're seeing right now ends in Super Saiyan 4?
No. Nah, dude, I won't lie. Your theory of SSJ may not even come to fruition.
You think they won't even go Super Saiyan and Daima? Oh, big lizard.
Dude. That was
they did the 2024 fall. I didn't see that at all.
We knew that though. We knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot.
Yeah. So when they announced it and we did our first podcast over this, they did say it would be a fall 2024. That's why I've been like guesstimating that we'll be doing podcast / reactions to that in October-ish, September-ish. Who knows, dude? But
I thought we were still just purely anyway. Not really a lot in the I mean, it just looks very Dragon Ball, bro. It looks very Dragon Ball, like OG Dragon Ball.
Man, dude. Okay, so first reactions to that are, yeah, you just said that as best as you possibly can. And I know that there's a lot of people that listen to this that are Dragon Ball fans. And as we've talked about in several podcasts, I think there's a pretty big difference between a Dragon Ball fan and a Dragon Ball Z fan, right? I think it's pretty a huge difference. I would say most are Z fans. I see. Yeah, I think that, and then I see a lot of comments, and I think a lot of you guys that are listening are also fans of Dragon Ball. And it's nothing against Dragon Ball. It's just like, and again, this is a special. This is just to celebrate 40 years of Dragon Ball, which, respect. I think the thing is, and we talked about this when we first started discussing Daima, is that we're in a space where we've had 2 movies over the course of 6 years, no series, little games, almost really nothing, right? And then of course, especially 2023, where we were stunlocked with the superhero arc, which we had some comments about that, which was interesting. There's a couple people not happy with us saying like they shouldn't have recapped it, and it wasn't that I didn't say they shouldn't have recapped it. Like, sure, I guess recap it, but recap it fast, right? Like they recapped Broly with one panel.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even what I meant. Like, if making it canon in the manga is fine. Like I say, like let it happen. Like maybe have we say like, oh, we just had a transition come in. Like Goku, you should go back and see your sons or something. Like 1 page, bro, so we can keep moving. That's not recap. Recapping is what they did, which is what I don't like. Which is just, all right, let's tell the story of superhero again, part 2.
Yeah, but they could have also told it in a, like, if they did want to totally like recap it, it could have been recapped in like, I would say you could easily recap superhero in 3 chapters or less.
So 3 months. It's 3 months.
Yeah. You don't think you could? I think you could. I really do think.
How many pages do you get a month? Like 40?
You get like 40, 44, something like that.
I think you'd be blitzing it, bro. I think you'd be maybe you could.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I would say just blitz it. Like if it is a point where they've made the decision, like we do want to make sure that we show, which by the way, if you're gonna show one of those 2 movies, you're showing superhero over showing Broly. That's an interesting one. But anyways, I would say you find a way that you can do it much faster, man. I don't know.
I'm still on team. Fuck that. Like I'm on team no months at all. Like I'm not even gonna lie. You're trying to like you're trying to lean in. I'm staying out, bro. Like
yin and yang right now, bro. I'm trying to be.
That's the podcast dynamic.
But anyways, all that to say though is I feel like we've just been in this like limbo state, and so now you show me this, and like, am I going to be excited to be watching new animated Dragon Ball? Yes, and I think the other thing I did also talk about from our perspective is that it will be cool, presuming, by the way, presuming that the manga does not go into Daima territory, right? Like,
I will actually, I'd lose it, bro. I'd lose it.
Well, I can't imagine that would happen. I have to imagine this is like meant to be just a special, but I think the one thing will be cool is that we won't have the groundwork for this, and so we won't know what's happening week to week, and it'll be fun to theorize where we think the show is going next. Like that aspect of it will be cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
But like, do I in 2024 like, will this truly like satiate, is that the right way to say it, like my Dragon Ball, like my yearning for more Dragon Ball? I don't know. Like I don't know if it will. This will feel more like an appetizer than it will like a full course meal. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also the Western was coming out of you like crazy. Satiate and mill, bro. But I agree with you. The thing is, like, it coming to the manga would piss me off because that's recap, but at least it would mean, like, my big thing, and again, this is a problem with me. Let me know if anybody out there has the same thing, but for me to get involved and really care about a story, it needs to be able to either build, exist in the same universe that I've been attached to. So, like, if Daima looks amazing, it's going to be a fun time, but it will be hard for me to ever, like, be like, yo, this was really hype, this was really cool, if this just happens in a parallel timeline that doesn't have any influence at all on our characters, and it's just like something that, like, I would almost rather prefer that at the end they just say that everyone's memory got wiped and that's why you'll never hear about it again, than just have it end and then nobody ever talks about, hey, remember the time that we were 6 years old for a few days there?
Like,
yeah, I need it to be canon, to be invested, and then even then, this looks very Dragon Ball. We've said this a million times. I'm a Z meathead. That's what I enjoy.
Same.
I've watched Dragon Ball. I can appreciate it. And again, I'm such a huge fan of Dragon Ball that I'd put Dragon Ball over tons of other anime that, like, are just meathead, like, fights and stuff. But I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball humor, and I'm all about the fights, bro. And this trailer had some, you know, it'll be cool to see the power pull again. That's my biggest thing, is like, I do like power pull fight scenes, so I'm down for that.
Yeah, it will be. I think it's just like we're in an era now, and again, this is the meathead side of us, but like everything is constantly escalating, right? Like when you think about modern Dragon Ball, and this is something they kind of like did to themselves, I guess, in a way, but everything escalates, right? Kaioken to Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Kaioken, like, you know, all these things. And so it's like, to be reset, like, it feels so weird. Like, it's like, I do truly believe I will enjoy it. But then like, you look at the influence that I'm sure this has had, and I'm not saying that Dragon Ball is the first thing to create stakes, but I'm sure it has influenced other anime, like even the most recent of I don't know, even like watching JJK, like anything you watch now, like it just, the stakes increase, right? That's what keeps you interested. Like the big baddie gets even more bad, or he gets defeated and there's a new bad guy. And so it's like to go and reset and to be seeing Goku breaking bread with the enemy, and then they get upset over something at a table, which is what appeared to happen there. It's like, and a very Dragon Ball ass looking enemies. I don't know, man. Like how do you, besides the fact that I'm watching my favorite characters do stuff again, how do you get me super invested in this? I mean, I know, here's the thing. I say all this and I know I'll be right there every single fucking week watching this show. Like, no, I know that. Yeah,
it truly doesn't matter. We will be watching.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I guess at the same time, like I am not 100%, like I'm not 100% like you with the stakes thing, but I do definitely get what you're saying. Like, and the other thing too is like the timeline. Like, where does this take place? Like, is this pre meeting Beerus, which I think I saw some people saying, which is like, but they would still have access. You know, I don't know, man. But when we first covered this, you said, and then I started thinking like you might be right. Like the penultimate moment is probably Goku as a child going Super Saiyan. But now after seeing this and seeing the enemies they're fighting, like, which we can't forget about, you know, the original people from the original trailer that look like they're orchestrating the entire thing. But like, does Goku even ever go Super Saiyan? You know, like
I still have hopes that will at least be like he'll tap into that for the final bad guy. But I do think it's going to be, again, just a finale thing. Again, my main frustration with this is knowing that the Super anime could be continuing right now. We have some good stuff to get to. But instead we're allocating resources to a celebration for something that is just going to be like Baby's Day Out, bro. It's like Baby's Big Parade, bro. Like, we're just fighting old enemies again. Like, I already see the scene, bro. They're going to trick Goku into, it's Princess Snake. He's going to come in, sit down, have a meal. They're going to try to jump him. He's going to beat their ass, and then he's going to leave and on to the next wacky adventure. I don't know. I'm like, the enemies on the left of their promotional art, the big green guy and the little red guy, no way those are reoccurring characters. Those guys are dead in one episode. Surely. They're probably not dead, but they're knocked out. They're not a player in the game. People on the right, maybe?
Yeah, the right seem like they're going to be like a reoccurring thing. Like, we're going to run into them over the course of, searching for the Dragon Balls and stuff to become like normal age again type shit. Like, they seem like the new, I wouldn't say like Galactic Patrol, but like something that's not. Man, dude, what is this story gonna be, man? This is
I have no idea, but this Daima feels like a project that I would be hyped to see. Like if Dragon Ball wasn't a thing, yeah, alongside would be perfect. But if Dragon Ball wasn't a thing anymore, if Z ended like 8 years ago, there was no Super, and this came out, I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be pretty fun. You know, it's gonna be cool seeing this stuff again.
Yes.
But with something like Super, that is basically what I want, and I know it's not like happening right now because something else has to be happening, then to me, Daima's coming to me at the cost of Super. Like, it's like, well,
100%,
now it's just annoying. Now it's just annoying. Like, we could be doing something else.
And I think I see a lot of people as well, like, and I think these might be like true, like hardcore, like maybe just straight up Dragon Ball fans that, like, you know, really, I guess, don't like the direction of where Dragon Ball has gone. But unfortunately, that's where it has gone. And like you just said, I think for me, like, yes, are there issues? Could I at least personally find issues with every single arc in Super? Sure, which I'm sure we could with every arc of anything ever. But like, for me, though, it did still hit the notes. Like, was I absolutely tapped in on Goku going God? 100%. Was I tapped in on them going, Super Saiyan Blue? 100%. UI Goku? Yes, I ate that shit up. So, like, it's crazy to think that we built to this and you left, and technically, minus the movies, they left us on Goku and Frieza working together to end the Tournament of Power and knock Jiren out. And we've been stuck there. If you don't read the manga, you've been stuck there for 6 years. And now we're getting this side banner series that's like, what? You know what I mean? Like imagine just being a general Dragon Ball fan that doesn't dive in, that doesn't listen to these types of podcasts, that doesn't, interact with anyone else on the, in the different communities, and you just be watching whatever they give you. And imagine you show up, you've finished watching Super, you watched Broly, you watched Superhero, you say, okay, this shit's kind of hype, right? Like we got Gogeta Blue, Gohan finally went Gohan Blanco, and then you sat down in October of 2024 to watch the new Dragon Ball series, and you have watched the trailer, so you know they turn into kids, but you're like, more than like most people are thinking this is a retread of GT, and it just is just happy-go-lucky Goku kid adventures again, and you're like, hang on, wait, so
what was they confirmed this, right? Well, it might not be confirmed, but in the leaks, what was the episode count? Like, was it 20s?
I think it is estimated to be like 24 episodes or something like that. Yeah.
That is a lot of episodes.
Is 6 months.
There's something that could happen here. Like there's 24 episodes. That's like the saving grace, is this is clearly a pretty like huge project. 20, like if it was 12 episodes, I'm pissed. Like respectfully, because we all know what happens in 12 episodes. Just lighthearted fun. It's like Yo Son Goku the movie stretched out slow as hell.
20
we just
episodes.
got confirmations that it is 20. So 20 is, I can take 20. 20 sets up enough time for, a nice Super Saiyan moment at least. But I love
hope that is like the thing that's really stuck. Like you want to see. I mean, I want to see Super Saiyan 2. Like
because bro, it looks fantastic. Daima looks amazing.
It looks so good, right? Like
what makes me mad is they could have just called, like, it could have been Dragon Ball Daima look like this, and we could be talking about granola right now on some morning breakfast type beat. Or like, I don't know, just the moments that are gonna like be very like exciting and hype, but. Just like, what story are they going to tell with Daima? I guess that's one more point before we move on, bro. Or before you say what you had to say. But like, the thing with Dragon Ball is like, I'm all about like movies and stories being told, and you could tell an interesting story in like the realm of Dragon Ball. But Nano, what stories have ever been told in the realm of Dragon Ball? Other than like fight, try hard, power of friendship.
What do you? I don't know where you're getting.
Like
at
I'm just saying like is Goku gonna learn like a deep lesson from this? Is he gonna come away with some like what is the theme the theme of Daima?
Okay,
or is it not gonna be a theme? Like if we're gonna have side stories, let's have them be like side stories. Like a story with themes and like something to take away from this that's not just power, friendship, punch harder.
I hope with you saying all this, as we're watching Daima, we're like, damn, this shit is hitting.
I'll turn if they have a finale that matches Breaking Bad's Felina, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, they did something different with this one, but if when one episode ends, I am like, well, I just have to know, bro. I have to know. The suspense is killing me. Then yeah, I'll be pretty big on Daima. But that's what I would need from a side story that's not impactful on the timeline. Because if we're just punching bad guys, I'd like to punch bigger bad guys. Thank you very much. Like, bro, blow up a solar system or something before I care.
Okay. So basically, what you're getting at is that the story in Dragon Ball is a little light. Is that what you're getting at? So like, what exactly is this?
I guess not even just story, but just like why have a side like. I'm not sitting here like Dragon Ball doesn't have a story. You can tell the story of Dragon Ball.
Yes.
But these are all like the themes of the Majin Buu saga compared to the themes of the Cell saga are very much familiar. Like they're just like Majin Buu. You can like add a little bit of Vegeta, Vegeta character development. That's all good stuff. But that's pretty much what you would need. Like I would need it to be like 5 times the substance of Vegeta, like becoming a better, like it would need to be more focused, more impactful to justify a side series.
Got it. Okay. So you're almost saying that, hang on, let me take a step back and just ask you this then. Would you be more interested if it wasn't Goku as the main character?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm pretty much hoping that they do that with like, again, I'm hoping they deliver on these aspects through the companions we don't know are coming. Like Supreme Kai coming along at least makes it a little interesting, like.
Yes, I agree.
That's a new face that we don't really talk to a lot. So that itself is going to be interesting. But in terms of developing something, having like these characters come away with something would be cool. Because if it's just about defeating the bad guy and being hype, then there is no way that this will be better than ultimately just animating the stuff we already have in the manga.
Yeah, Moro. Okay, so I think we talked about this before too, but I do want to bring it back up because I think this is kind of what you're getting at. So basically, if they were going to greenlight a side story Dragon Ball series, you would rather us go back and watch, like, say, Bardock or King Vegeta, or like the origins of the Saiyans and watching them do like their thing, or maybe like I could King Cold with Frieza and Cooler. Like, it would be
everything you said right there would be a great side series, or even I'll name 3 more for you. We could get a Hit and like an Assassin side series.
Yes, yeah.
We could get a like a Frost like political thriller side series.
Right, you could lose me a little bit, but
no, you could work that into the Hit stuff. I'm just saying, like, that could play into that. Or we can get like the Saiyan likes from the other universe, Kaba, Caulifla, Kale. All that stuff would be like, there's room for character growth that can happen necessarily like outside the timeline of the series. But also you could just say, like, this stuff is happening at the same time as like the mainline stuff, like if we got a whole arc about Kaba, Kale, Caulifla going out and like, I don't know, making a good name for the Saiyans again after the Frost stuff, or like taking down like Frost.
Oh man, and then they sense some sort of energy, and it's like technically the Broly stuff, and then they sense some energy later in the series, and it's the superhero stuff too.
Yeah,
so, like,
bro, that's a nice way to work it alongside.
Like, what was that? Like,
damn, that would be a huge. That is glazing on another level. They felt it in another universe.
As you Gogeta Blue. Come on.
Oh, true.
Come on, man.
True.
Come on, man.
So that's kind of what I mean. Also, these characters are more blank slate. Like, Goku just likes, like, literally Goku's character is he just has a fun time punching stuff. So at least we could get, I mean, Caulifla does too. But like Kaba, you could do some like character growth with Kaba. Like, I thought the stuff was interesting with him and Vegeta. But
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I was like, I guess, like, smelling what you're stepping in there, just because I do 100% agree. But again, this is the entire purpose of this. We haven't lost this, by the way. Totally understand the entire purpose of this is to just be a celebration series of like Dragon Ball as a whole. But as Dato, when we both have already said more than enough times, it's just the fact that the timing could not be any stranger, right? When you've left us in this weird period of no Dragon Ball. And so, like, let's celebrate Dragon Ball by not only doing this, but by doing all the million of other things, like bringing back the most beloved series probably in totality within the fandom, Budokai Tenkaichi, in the form of Sparking Zero, which, by the way, I had people on me when I was making my original videos calling it Budokai Tenkaichi. Like, as I called the first time I got the name drop, I still called it that. I said Budokai, a new Budokai Tenkaichi game or something like that. People were like, Nano, technically. But then now the official channels have picked up on the fact that it is important to let the public know this is Budokai Tenkaichi back. And so Bandai's published video says Budokai Tenkaichi series. So it's like,
hey, Nano, I gotta agree with you on that. Let me go ahead and back you up more. The first time we ever saw Sparking Zero says a new, like, doesn't it say a new Budokai Tenkaichi or something like that?
It does.
So I think it's kind of crazy they had to come back around and say, hey guys, once again, just letting you know that yes, this is supposed to be a new Budokai Tenkaichi kind of game.
Now, so okay, let's talk about this for just a second here. Donna, what did you think of the trailer?
The Sparking Zero one?
Yes.
I mean, well, I think my initial reaction, other than just like, one, the game looks fantastic, especially when they pay attention to like the scene a lot. It looks really good. Like, hey man, we texted about it. Every YouTuber and their mother was putting Super Saiyan 3 on the thumbnail.
That's one of the best looking in-game shots of Super Saiyan 3 ever.
Sure. True. And hey, can I gas myself up a little bit here? I have text to Nano saying, I kind of hope they show Super Saiyan 3. I think it would look really good in game. They killed it. They knew that they had one opportunity to show it, man. I was even talking about this in the premiere chat, by the way, if anybody was there. Because I wasn't. Bro, I'm telling you, Battle Hour used to mean something to me, man. So I was trying to get my fix. But yeah, the Super Saiyan 3 shot was good. I'm kind of pissed we don't have a date, but
dude,
I don't know if you saw this. People were ragging on the trailer for showing his hair pop off like 2 times.
Yeah, no, I did see that. And that's the thing, man. I just, like, to me, if you pay attention to gaming as a whole and not just like pop in here and there, like they gave us a teaser trailer in what was that, March of 2023, right? Not even a full year ago from the time we're making this. And in that teaser trailer, we saw maybe 5 actual seconds of in-game. Like the majority of the trailer is them showing a TV, showing the old Tenkaichi games. And they show us maybe 5 seconds of not really a super like smooth, you know, like if you go back and rewatch that, like you could definitely tell like that was probably pretty early of Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And then now we got another trailer last month, and then now a trailer this month. I still think this game is at least a year away.
Yeah, probably.
Like, at least. And I saw people that when I made a video over this a couple months ago, when we got the second trailer at Game Awards, people were like, nah, man, this has got to be like an early 2024 game. I'm like, bro, no, wait, we've not seen the UI yet. We have almost no details on character. Like, we have almost no details for this game. Like, it's...
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't either, honestly, other than like the ideas, but like the entire premise of Goku versus Vegeta trailer screams to me like, when you're working on a Dragon Ball game, there's no way that the first things you're doing is not the Goku and Vegeta stuff. Like,
yeah.
That tells me that they were confident that they had made enough progress with Goku and Vegeta. They were like, hey, we could theme the trailer around this, you know, show off some cool stuff. But no, I would say you're right. I think we're a long ways out from this game actually being playable, like by any normal people, purely just off of like, damn, dude, like, again, like the hair was popping off and stuff, so clearly it's not like a final complete. Although I will say, have you gone back and looked at the first trailer or just seen any comparisons on Twitter?
Yes, yeah.
They've been doing good work like since then. Like Vegeta looks 10 times better.
I also think like you got to think probably when they're packaging these trailers up and sending them off to say like the Game Awards, like that is probably still a few months before. That was probably made a few months before we even like it was aired, right? Whereas the one now, Battle Hour, is probably even more months ahead than even the couple months too. Yeah, I mean they're definitely cooking. I mean, I think like I don't know much about game dev, but I think it is cool to see that the hair is a completely different asset from Goku's body, and because when you see it, and yes, I know the thing Dato is referencing, by the way, with the couple of clips, is essentially Goku's hair is a completely separate asset from his body. Which when you watch the trailer for Sparking Zero, there are a lot of good moments, especially when he goes God, where the hair is actually animated and looks really, really good. Like really good. The God frame, when he goes God initially is the one I'm really thinking about. So I have to imagine there is still so much like love going into this game. I also I want to bring this up here with you too. Are people overblowing or overreacting a little bit to the no co-op or the no local multiplayer? Does that really bother you?
As well, this is unfortunate because as a grown ass man, of course not.
Yeah,
I don't really live with my brother anymore. So
exactly, that's what I said. Who like I honestly, if there's that many of you that still have that local experience, I'm kind of jealous. Because I don't play games local with people besides my son ever anymore, right? Like that's not,
and that's pretty much the reason why I would care about it. But I personally don't care. But I do think it's sad that kids these days, like split screen multiplayer, has been getting rarer and rarer, and it would, be cool for that particular audience. So back in the day, this would have been a death blow to my enjoyment of the game. But in a modern world, and I think with the internet becoming more and more, available, it's maybe not too big, but. So to me, no. But I do get why people want it.
Yeah, I think, but I do want to say I don't think it's like a malicious thing. Like I don't think they probably would love to include it, but I think it's more so probably from just a technicality standpoint. Like it's probably like, let's just be real. I mean, this game is very pretty, and so I'm sure it's much. And also, if you've played a Bandai game, no offense if anyone from Bandai listens to this, but they don't be maybe the most optimized games. So like I have to imagine it probably is just a power. There's probably just not enough power to render out two sides of the arena and two sides of the characters and them doing all these different things from different perspectives, right? Like it's probably just a limitation of hardware slash and maybe they just don't also like to develop to optimize to be able to do that. It probably is not worth it to them. I have to imagine the R&D says like less than this percentage of people will even use local co-ops or local multiplayer. So just like let's put those resources into something else, like maybe crossplay. Like,
Hey, I'll take that. I mean, again, for us, I think that is, it's probably going to lead to a better product. I do think it's unfortunate that more, and this is just gaming as a whole.
yeah.
I do think it's unfortunate that split screen's been eating into it. I feel like it's only the split screen eating into it. I wonder if we're going to see this result like maybe like 10 or 15 years down the line, like when the kids that would be playing these games now grow up, they're going to be like, yeah, man, I never got to play anything with my brothers or my sisters, man. It was just no games had that shit.
The parents come out and they're like, yeah, we had to buy like 5 PS5 just so our kids could play together. Like,
yeah, I don't know how much parenting has changed, but that definitely would not have been mine, bro. They would have been like,
No.
yeah, you're good. They would have said, share the Nintendo, bro. Yeah, okay. That's an Xbox 360, but I get what you're saying.
Oh God.
But yeah, now Nano, let me bring this up.
Okay.
Because I saw this post, and obviously this doesn't necessarily matter, but this is the one area where no split screen might affect us, and if the netcode is ass, we won't even be able to escape to Parsec.
Yeah. Yeah. Not that.
So now we're riding high on Bandai's netcode, which Nano. That's never been. I would not bet my life on a Bandai game having a good netcode, but that's just me.
Yeah, no. Doto, that brings us to the next thing. And I don't even know if you even want to talk about it.
Oh, brother, what is this?
The end of the world tour, man. And that announcement that was a whole lot of nothing on Fighters, Doto. Thoughts on them still not giving a date on rollback, Doto?
It is a little crazy considering I think the beta was just fine. The beta worked pretty wonderfully, actually, other than a few bugs. And it's just, it's unfortunate, man. Fighters is so dead. It is beyond crazy. It's just, I never would have wanted to see the old boy go out like this, but I think sometimes you shoot too close to the sun sometimes.
I think that like what has happened with Fighters, which, I mean, I think most people that are super deep into it are aware. I think ArcSys just wants to work on other things, which is fine. But I do feel like, and I have to imagine Bandai, actually I think, and maybe you can correct me if you know better, but I'm actually pretty positive that ArcSys hasn't even been working. Like, did ArcSys even develop all the DLC, or do they also outsource that to another company to do some of the final DLCs as well for Fighters?
Is that true? I don't know. I don't read into that stuff, so that seems crazy. How would they not have been the ones that did that?
I don't know. I was just curious if that was true or not. But anyway, all I was trying to say that for is because you would think that with how insanely popular Fighters was, and how you have to imagine a second one would sell. Like, even if ArcSys was not down to make it, you get, and again, presuming that Bandai probably, in their little contracts made sure that they own every aspect of whatever they worked on with Fighters. You give Fighters and its entire, code and everything to a very willing and capable developer, and you make Fighters 2, even if it isn't like, if you got a Fighters 2 and it played exactly like Fighters with all new characters and it was all beautiful, would it really bother you that it wasn't made by ArcSys? Like, would that bug you?
No. I mean,
as long as it played like the Fighters you knew and loved.
If you could get anybody to do, like, if you could just take all you had and then find another company that can do, like, work with what ArcSys had made, then it'd be great. I'd play it. Just add new. It doesn't even have to be Fighters 2 now. If they could just pump out a DLC character every 3 months, I mean, forget about it, dude. Like,
dude,
everybody's still watching those tournaments.
I love that you're on that side of things, because when I was saying that, like, rollback isn't the thing this game needs to survive, and so many people were on me, again, I'm not a big FGC guy, like, I'm not, but some people were. But I do understand what it takes to keep games relevant, and rollback is not the thing that is going to keep Fighters 100% relevant. I get rollback is a massive thing, but you know what the vast majority of people care about is new content. And rollback is technically not new content. You're still using character. The newest character in that game is what? Gogeta from 2021, almost 3 years ago now, right? That was the last new character.
Yeah. Well, technically Lab Coat 21, which then that was still pretty big. Like, when they revealed that was huge. But yes, again, FGC people, fighting game fans tend to have this thing that block them from seeing, like, not block them, but just like yes, rollback is huge for the people playing fighters, and it is overall a massive update that probably will impact their ability to play the game with their friends a lot, which is why it's great. But if they were only interested in making money, then you could never add rollback and instead put that time into a character, and you would see massive rewards. I think it's also a big deal. It is crazy to suggest that I think in all of fighting game history, only Smash Brothers Melee, which, you know, Smash is like an entirely different fan section.
Yeah.
And they usually get their kicks off current game, like off like another current game going on. Like Melee is the only one where just the tournament aspect itself will draw people in. Like you're asking for a lot. Like people are not watching Street Fighter 4 tournaments. They'll do it like, again, there's hype tournaments every once in a while. Like I'll tune into the Third Strike tournament they do. I don't even remember what it's called right now though. But people watching fighters tournaments, they're watching it because at the end they want to go crazy when, you know, Metal Cooler's revealed or man, I hope it's like this character this time. I think it would be just a huge advantage if they could find a way to actually get new DLC characters out of it. Although that's so far off now that it's dead. But even though my fan theory is Arxis was just like, nah, fuck this. We want people playing Guilty Gear, not Dragon Ball Fighters. Bro, money makes everybody talk, bro. How come you haven't dropped $3 million on their head? Why not?
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. I like, with as much as that game made, I would think that Bandai would be doing everything in their power to get a second one going. And I think this goes back into the original conversation I was having, is just like, even just from every angle from the Dragon Ball side, besides the mobile games, which, you know, or whatever, there's just nothing going on. It's so weird to be a modern day Dragon Ball. Like, it really is. It is so strange to be a modern day Dragon Ball fan. Like it's just, oh man. You did say one thing in there that did make me want to bring one last thing up really fast. And that is, it's so funny watching people that are coming back into the Dragon Ball gaming sphere for Spark. I mean, Sparking Zero is going to be huge, by the way. Like it's just going to be crazy how popular that game, I presume, will be. So I really do hope that it is very successful. But everyone coming back in and going like, I think there was a lot of people that really thought we'd see Ultra Ego in that trailer. Because I texted you and I said I think they would do UI. But now it's like such a slow drip. I think also, by the way, them not showing us UI points even further to this game being so far out, because they're going to slow drip give us little like things here and there. Like that trailer, by the way, as good as it was also incredibly tame. Can we talk about that? That trailer was super tame. They didn't. It
wasn't like there was anything super crazy, other than I think the craziest thing was Great Ape. Like,
yeah, Great
Ape. I saw that, I was like, that's a reveal. That's like a big confirmation. Like, yes. I was like, cool.
That was sick. But it's interesting seeing a lot of people come back and not realize like they are not touching manga stuff right now. Like I can promise you, if they were going to touch manga stuff, they would do it because it would print money on these mobile games, and they're not doing it. So I don't think they can. I still believe they cannot touch manga related things. So just seeing all these people come back in and be like, Ultra Ego, yeah, let's see it. And then like, of course, Vegeta stops at Blue Evolution. Like, we're not getting manga. We're just not. It's not happening.
Like a lot of people overestimate that fact, and maybe it's just because they're not so jaded Dragon Ball YouTubers that just manga stuff just never happens unless it is in the anime.
Yeah.
Like for no reason. So, but you're right. Like I think they don't give enough credit to just how many people are into the, like at this point, the well is so dry that so many people are reading the manga and they just want to see the characters in the like current most powerful form.
Yes.
So people were like, yo, he's Ego Vegeta. Like the premiere chat was saying that like 2 hours before it revealed.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, no,
they don't know. They don't know.
They aren't ready. They haven't accepted it just yet. That until that stuff happens, which is why I'm so harsh on Daima, because as a fan of the video games, bro, I sure would like if we could get to some of these cool forms. I sure would like. Poor little Nano over here is going to have to get another Kid Goku on his Dokkan account now.
Oh,
and
bro.
Probably Grimace, the all new companion of Goku, bro. Are you ready to pull for Grimace?
Okay, wait though. How bittersweet would it be if Fighters gets another season, but it's entirely Daima themed?
It wouldn't even be bittersweet. I would just be happy at that point.
Oh, would you actually be happy though? You'd actually be happy?
I would take a season, bro. I'll take a season of DLC characters, bro. I would. You wouldn't even hear any complaints. Honestly, I'd be like, yo, Daima's the best thing to ever happen to Dragon Ball. The change up would be legendary.
That's crazy. I actually thought you might be, because you'd be like they could give you Beast, they could give you Orange, but they're giving you Daima
I'd be doing Gregory spins on it, bro. I've already accepted the fighter's dead, so I would just be. I'd be so happy. Daima would actually just have unstoppable good press for me.
Wow.
I'd be like, yeah, Daima pretty much changed up the whole animation game. Honestly, Mappa. They fell off after Daima came out. That was crazy.
As I'm saying this, I do think it is a possibility, because I know you're saying like it's dead, and you would have thought if they were gonna come back for anything, it would have definitely been Beast and Orange Piccolo. But I do think that they will be like pushing Daima pretty hard in all the merch aspects. And so
the merch aspects, yes.
I keep getting asked this because if you guys aren't familiar with my normal content, I do cover a lot of the mobile side of Dragon Ball, and like I know for a fact Legends and Dokkan are going to drop a Daima Goku, if not the same day that series launches, within probably a couple weeks for sure. And so is it really out of that realm of possibility that Fighters gets like a Daima sort of like mini DLC pack? I don't think so, actually. I do,
bro. If they did, it would just reignite the tiny spark I used to have. But I think it's gone.
I do think Fighters is done. I'm not saying there's even more than like a 1% chance. I'm just saying like probably from going from like pretty much a 0% chance of them ever revisiting things from Fighters, having an ongoing anime gives that like small 1% chance that you could see more like DLC, just because I think a lot of Dragon Ball, and this is why a lot of people do like are very frown upon Super, is a lot of modern Dragon Ball feels like it's done in order to just do sales, which is why it's so weird that we're not getting more stuff from the manga, because I think everyone would eat up Ultra Ego, Black Frieza, Granola, Gat. I don't know about Gas. I don't know much about Gas. I just know from the look of him. Moro, like, dude, bro, come on, man. Come on. Where's modern Dragon Ball, Doto?
Again, if I ever get in a room with the Dragon Ball execs, Nano, I promise I will have the craziest pitch for Fighter. But I've already thought about it all, man. I've thought about it. Like, here's how you pitch it. Like, again, my thing is always like, hey, they want Battle Hour to be like this big thing. A fighters tournament seems like something you'd run every year. You keep people invested. You keep them coming back to the announcements with a little DLC tease at the end. That's what brings the people in. So if you want other games to do good, Fighters has to get like one DLC every 3 months at least. Come on. Dude. Or at least one DLC character every Battle Hour.
Fighters reveals were so hype, man. Wouldn't you love to go back to that?
I would. Sometimes I revisit my old video of me watching Gogeta and Janemba at Evo, bro, because it's just like that's all I had back then.
I need to rewatch that. Okay, last thing before we go, Dato. I gotta get your opinion. Do you think, because we are filming this prior to the Evo announcements, do you think Fighters is at Evo this year?
Did they not announce? I think they announced that already, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
You mean like a reveal for the game?
Wait, is Fighters gonna be at Evo? I didn't see that. Oh, my bad.
I don't. Well, when were the Evo announcements? Hold on. Evo Games 2024.
They're in a few days. They haven't done it yet.
Oh, we haven't done it yet?
No.
Oh, bro, don't make me sad. I don't know. I want it to be. It should be. But we are so cooked, dude. Because Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, the new Under Night in Birth probably.
So you're saying you don't think Fighters is going to be there?
I do. I think it should.
Okay.
Would I bet money? I wouldn't bet money on it though. That's the thing. That's where my confidence is right now. Is I wouldn't bet money on it, but I would hope, man. It's so rough, dude. It is so rough.
Wait, Evo was before Mortal Kombat, huh? So Mortal Kombat hasn't been at Evo yet, has it? No.
Mortal Kombat will probably still be there.
Oh yeah, no, it will for sure, dude. Yeah, a new Mortal Kombat will for sure be there. But dude, people have been clowning it, man. I know, I have been seeing people clowning Mortal Kombat a lot.
MK1, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Dragon Ball Fighters. The current top fighting games of the whole genre. Guilty Gear has to be there. The new Under Night in Birth probably is going to be there. So as you keep going, bro, there are like so many must includes. It wouldn't shock me if they brought Smash Brothers back, both of them. Why not? And then boom, Fighters gets cut, bro, and that's just how it is. And then I'm not going to Evo. I mean, I didn't go last time.
I was gonna say, did you go? Did you go last year? I couldn't remember if you went last year or not.
No, I didn't. But I was like, after it happened, I was like, damn, I probably should have gone. I love gambling. I love fighting games, bro. Like, why did I not go to Evo? That's kind of like my thing.
Oh man. All right. Well, speaking of your thing, I don't know why I said it like that. That's the end of the video.
Well, now YouTube has to review the whole video to find out when we were talking about my thing.
That's the end of the podcast. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for supporting us here on Key Moments. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe for more, follow if you're on a podcast service, all those things. Leave us a rating. And Dotto, do you hear the music?
I hear the music, guys. Discuss your favorite Dragon Ball Battle Hour memories down below in the comments. So it was the YouTube premiere. Me too, guys. Well, we'll see you in the next one.